Blog Talk Radio.
Recruiting Animal here on May 3rd, 2017. I don't know if you can hear me because I just had a chat with my guest today, and she told me my sound is going in and out. I don't know what to tell you. I tried to phone in. First, I tried to Skype in. Blog Talk Radio is not accepting my Skype calls. Then I came in on their own Direct Connect system. My guest is telling me my sound stinks, okay? So then I tried to call in on the phone. It says, we can't put your call through. So then I call anyway. It's over already. The show's not even started, and everything's going downhill. Have some pity for me, okay? Been with them 10 years, and it's not working. I'm going to do it as if it works. I'm going to pretend you can hear me, okay? Anyway, you know, I read a lot of articles all the time. And some of them, they recommend hiring for attitude over experience. Attitude over experience. They say, hey, you can teach skills, but you can't teach attitude. No, you can't teach attitude, and that's why you have to hire for passion. Passion, we don't hear about it that much anymore, but for a while, that's all we heard about, passion. You know, but here's my problem about this hire for attitude stuff. I've never seen anybody do it in real life. No. But, you know, hey, I say to myself, hey, animal, you're not a guru. You're not writing articles for famous magazines. You're just a guy with a Wayne's World style radio show. And instead of Garth, you've got Jerry and Maureen, right? Who are you? Nobody. But in my research for today's show, I found somebody who agrees with me, somebody I didn't expect to agree with me, and that's my guest for today, JT O'Donnell, right? She said 98% of recruiters say that internships are the magic bullet to getting your first job out of university. And you know why? Because employers want people with experience. Imagine that. Mom and Dad, she says, hey, if you want your kid to get a job, having relevant work experience is their single biggest competitive advantage. If you want your kid to get work, make sure they know what they're doing. Who would have thought that, right? So all you job candidates out there, you can stop pretending to have passion. Save it for the bedroom, okay? It was never convincing anyway. I don't like it when people pant like a puppy and stand on their hind legs in an interview. If you want to pretend about something, pretend that you've got the experience the employer is looking for, you know? I can't promise it's going to get you the job, but it's better than pretending you don't. Or even admitting you don't. Hey, but I got a lot of passion. Too bad. Anyway, I'm going to tell you one place that will play host to your passion for real. And Jerry, what show is that?
The Recruiting Animal Show.
Thank you, Jerry.
No problem.
Are you here? What are you calling from the, you sound like you're in a tunnel. How bad is my sound? Yeah, I can barely hear you. How bad is my sound?
You sound really good. I'm on my way to Taco Bell.
Oh. Okay, forget it. Hey, what about, you know what, okay, just be quiet, Jerry. You're not on the show today. Just listen, okay?
No,
boy. Well, you're in the truck. How come you're not at home being a sidekick? You got to go for a Taco Bell? What, there's nothing in the fridge today?
We're having our kitchen redone, so the kitchen is off limits.
Okay, everybody. Jerry's showing you his true colors. I see them all the time, but you don't, okay? Look, put it to the side for a second. I just want to say thank you to my sponsors. Before I get started, Martin Snyder at PC Recruiter and Nin Tran over at Hire Tool. And I just want to warn everybody, I'm going to start using some subliminal advertising techniques now. I'm going to try them out. I'm going to slip the names of these companies into conversations without you realizing it, okay? So if you're afraid of being brainwashed, to use a sourcing tool or a specific ATS, I'm just letting you know, hang up now. JT O'Donnell, are you there?
I am here. I am ready.
Great. I'm going to spell JT. I don't know why. I've told her for years, capitalize some of the letters in your Twitter name, but no, she doesn't listen to me. Here it is, JTODONNELL, okay? And she's the boss. I'll introduce her. She's the boss over at Career. Yep, I know. Don't tell. Okay, just give me a second. CAREEREALISM.
The name's over. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, okay, but it used to be CAREEREALISM. I could never say it anyway. It's called Work It Daily now. Work it, baby. Okay, Work It Daily. And yeah, now what do you got? 1 million members or something like that?
Yeah, we're doing all right. Last month,
okay.
about 1.9 million visits. Yeah.
Don't rub it in, okay? Okay, don't rub it in. Okay. Now
it's not me. It's everyone else on the team. It's not me.
that sure beats 7 or 8, doesn't it, Animal?
I can't hear you, Jerry, when you're stinking cell phone, okay?
I said that sure beats 7 or 8, doesn't it?
Yeah, it beats 7 or 8. Yeah, okay. Anyway, now she founded a new club for recruiters where they teach you how to recruit. It's called RecruitHUB. But there's no URL, recruithub.com, is there, JT?
No, you got to go to workitdaily.com and just hit for recruiters.
Why? I mean, you're way more successful than me. Why do I have to teach you that you should have your unique URL for RecruitHUB? Come on.
We'll get on that soon enough. We're kind of a secret club, right? So we got the velvet rope thing going. So you got to find us.
Fight Club?
We're working
like
that
Fight
angle.
Club?
There you go.
Like
exactly.
Fight Club. Okay.
It's like Fight Club. Perfect.
Okay.
It's Fight Club for recruiters.
You know what? I'll just tell you, don't answer any of these complaints from me, but I have some complaints looking at your website. First of all, I like that sort of mauve color, but you've got people shaking hands. That's so hackneyed, okay? That doesn't say to me that you're innovative or cutting edge, which is another term you use in your promotional literature for Work It Daily. Why would anybody say cutting edge? Everybody says cutting edge. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, just don't answer. And then with the Recruiting Hub, you call them elite level courses. What does that mean? You have to be a king or a prince or a princess to get in? No, you just have to have $99. That's all. Okay? My final complaint. Your partner is Eddie Nathanson, okay? And he likes to be called Eddie. And he told me, you say, together we've got 30 years of combined experience, as if that's not duplicated experience. You know how much experience is on this show right now? 100 years! 100 years! But I don't go around saying that because it doesn't mean anything. Okay, now you tell us about your new project. Go ahead.
Well, thank you for that. I'm thinking I got off easy with only 3 things, and we'll take it all under advisement, by the way, since we're new.
Go ahead.
So it's pretty simple. There's plenty of technology out there for recruiting. There's too much technology out there, in my opinion. The one thing that's not being hit on is technique.
You say that technology is making recruiting worse.
I do. We're all defaulting to technology. There's 3 types of recruiters. There's the reactive recruiter, which isn't even a recruiter, right? So they're just taking the tech and pushing paper and looking at reviews and getting blurry-eyed. Then there's the proactive recruiter. There's a step up. And then there's the interactive.
Hold on. Wait. I can tell.
Okay.
You've done this too many times. You're doing it in your sleep.
I haven't.
Yes, you have. I saw it. I read it in your article. And now I just see the way you're coming out with it. There's the loser recruiter, okay, and that's the one who they just post and pray, right? They post and pray. That's
bring
all
it.
they
Yes. Okay, we'll call him the loser recruiter. Fair enough.
Okay. And what's the next
Then we've got the recruiter that's a little dangerous. Let's go there. Little dangerous, right? They've got a little knowledge. They're using the tools. They think they're pretty good, but it's not working anymore.
That's what
we're seeing.
Recruiter.
Right, there's about 90% of recruiters out there, right? And then there's that third group. And that's the group that could MacGyver things.
You're cheating. There's the loudmouth recruiter. You call them the hunters, right? And you said they know they can't just post ads. They have to go out and target people. They have to source and approach people directly. But you said they're yell and sell recruiters. They don't know how to do it smoothly. They offend people. That's the problem with them, right?
Yeah, right now. And they're using the tech and yelling and selling and getting nowhere. Absolutely.
Okay, so now we got the goody-goodies. This is like Goldilocks, right? There's the Papa Bear, the Mama Bear, and there's the oatmeal that's just right. The goody-goodies. Tell us about them.
They're the MacGyvers. They're the ones that don't need all the fancy tech to recruit because they've got the skills and they understand the process. They know what to do. Technique is at the core of what they do and why they're successful. And we just need more technique-driven recruiters out there. That's where the real results lie in times like these, especially in tight labor markets. It all comes down to technique. Unfortunately, you can see recruiters getting fired this year, lots of them, because they're not delivering. And it's because they hid behind technology for too long and they didn't develop their technique. And that's why we created RecruitHUB.
Bullshit. Partly bullshit.
What's a bullshit?
No, I agree with her, but part of it I think is if you're talking about Fortune 500, JT, I think part of it is that they hire badly. They don't hire for what they should hire for recruiters and TAs, and they're firing them because they never should have been hired in the first place.
Agreed. Don't disagree with you at all. They hired again, we're talking the same language. They hired people that didn't have the technique, really weren't skilled at their craft. Completely agree with you.
Here's how you describe. Okay. Here's how she describes no, she said they're not. She said those recruiters are facing a cliff. I don't know what proof she has, but that's what she just said. But I want to describe the good recruiters, the goody-goodies, okay? They understand that top talent doesn't want to be sold. I have to tell everybody, I feel a bit bad that Bill O'Reilly has gone down, not because I support his sexual, harassment activity. I don't at all. I don't at all.
Alleged.
Okay. But I like people complain. People complain that he would that he would just get his guests there. He wouldn't let them talk, and he'd lecture to them. I like that. Okay. Now I'm going to lecture to JT. This is the only time I get to beat her. Otherwise, she's beating me all over the place.
Lecture away.
I'm just reading your own stuff back to you. You say that the goody-goody recruiters understand that top talent doesn't want to be sold. Well, we have to figure out what sold means, okay? I'm going to ask you in a minute. They know how to build relationships by creating mutual trust and respect. Now, I saw you say in your video that the key to building relationships is just a matter of calling the same people again and again and sending them little notes that, of articles and stuff that they might find interesting. Is that what building relationships means?
No, I think you misinterpreted that. It's about adding value.
Go ahead.
Right.
I did not.
It's about adding value.
Adding value. I don't know what that means. So, go ahead. Tell me.
Anytime. So if I reach out to somebody, you reach out to me, and you provide me something of value. I read it. I watch it, and it made a measurable difference. It resonated with me. My trust and respect factor with you just went up, and I do that enough times.
Didn't I just say that? You send out these little articles that people like? Didn't I say that a minute ago?
You made it. I know, but you made it sound negative when reality is positive. So, okay, then we'll go with it's fine. It's totally fine. But let's go back to that idea of being sold. Can we talk about that yet?
Because hold on, let me say, in another article, you say recruiting is selling, and you put it in capitals. What does selling mean? You never said. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Recruiting is selling, but if you're really good at what you do, people don't feel sold to. That's the key difference. Really good salespeople don't make people feel sold to. They make them feel like a partner. They make them feel like it was their idea to buy that product service. So with good talent, you make it their idea. They're as much as buying into that role that you're recruiting them for.
You know what? I've heard that my whole life. I heard that my whole life, and, make it the other guy think that it's his idea. I never really understood what that meant. Is the other guy an idiot? I mean,
no, you're just letting them go through their own thought process.
Oh, it's my idea.
No, they just have to go through their own thought process. They have to come to their own realization that this is a good fit, as opposed to having it stuffed down their throat.
How you sell someone? Give me an example of selling somebody, and you make it think it's their idea. Well, what does that mean?
God,
I'm certainly not going to.
Animal, that's their idea. I mean, a good recruiter is going to ask questions, and their reasons for possibly wanting to make a change, and that's what you always come back to. So,
that's Kate.
it is their decision.
It is their decision, and you're exploring a conversation with them and finding out what drives them and what they need to hear about the opportunity. It's again, it's not feeling sold to. It's allowing them to educate themselves through the interactions with you. And that makes a huge difference. I mean, really good talent.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's giving them a choice, and it's possibly a step to bettering their life and their family. They don't have to. They don't have to walk through that door, but you're giving them a choice.
I mean, at Work-A-Daily, we work with job seekers every day, and they're informed candidates. They are people that want to choose their next job. They want to feel like I chose that company, not they chose me. They want to go and buy the car of their dreams, not go to the used car parking lot and figure out what's available and buy it. And that's a lot of what job search is like for the majority of people. The hot candidates, they want to choose, and that's what you have to allow them to do.
Well, I still don't understand what you mean. Is there persuasion? Is sales and persuasion the same word? Is sales and persuasion the same?
No.
I'm asking my guest, okay? Let her try first.
No, but that's a great – they can answer for me, absolutely. Those are different things. You're not trying to persuade the person. You're trying to educate them and build a relationship so they trust you and say, you know what, this does make sense for me. I got enough information. I'm going to pull the trigger and I'm going to join your team.
So hold on. So hold on, Al. I'll bring Alan on in a second. I'm just trying to understand. I don't like it when things are vague, okay? So I started my own show where I can torture people until they tell me the truth, okay? Now, here's the thing. You said you want them to trust and respect you, and then they'll do what you're telling them to. You send them enough articles and videos, and then they'll just say, "Okay, JT, okay, Alan Fleur, you come in now since you're burning to say."
I'm going to help you understand this, Animal. So if somebody's buying a house and they go with one of the 90% of stupid realtors and they say, I want to buy in Beverly Hills 90210. Why? Because it's 90210 and they can't afford it. A good realtor is going to say, well, tell me what you want. I want 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. I want this. Why? Why? Because I want a good school district. I want room for the kids. I want this. And then you start educating them by showing them a good realtor will say, I'll show you the first 3 houses, and if you don't want to bid on them, I'm not doing my job. It's just like recruiting. You just start at what are you looking for? What are you good at? What can you do? And you start guiding them and helping them discover what they're good at, which is why her comment about all these recruiters are going to get dropped, they never should have been recruiters anyway.
Okay, hold on a second. With that model, it's a little different. A recruiter has a specific job to fill, okay? So you go out calling people and saying, hey, I've got this position. Are you interested in it? And if they say no, where does the selling come then? According to you,
maybe I'm not going to ask it, but whoa. You started in the wrong place. I don't want to tell them about the job immediately. I want to learn about them. I want to see what they're up to. They know why I'm calling. If they're smart, they already know why I'm calling.
You can't talk about the job first, man.
Right. You got to talk about them and find out if they match the myriad of positions that you currently have available. But you don't start talking to them about you don't start talking about an opportunity.
I like you talk, Mike. I like calling on you. You haven't spoken up for a few weeks or months.
All right.
Okay. So that's why you're not getting paid.
Okay.
but here's the thing: if I don't talk right away, I lose my train of thought. So you got one job, so you let them talk about themselves, and then you can't say, "Oh, okay, so you don't want the Navy suit. I think you look better in this."
But you don't have just one job.
Yes, you do.
Nobody has just one job. No. You might have one job today, and are you going to focus just on that one job today? What if I have a job today, and guess what? I might have another job tomorrow. You got to talk about these opportunities that you might not even have today. So if you're trying to sell somebody into one position that exists just today, that's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, and I'm going to add on that too.
If it's right for you, what are you looking for?
Yes.
Right. Jim Durbin.
And if I know what you're looking for tomorrow, guess what? I know who to call.
Yeah.
And okay, JT, are you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to dive into it. I just want to say, how many times have you walked into a store bent on knowing exactly what you wanted to buy and walking out with something different? It happens to me. And when it happens to me, it happens because the person I interacted with absolutely asked me questions, got me thinking, educated me, and suddenly my mind shifted about what I wanted. And I left going, boy, I'm glad I made that purchase. I can't tell you how many times good recruiters do this. Good recruiters do this.
Okay.
They have a person who's bent on not working there, and now they are. That's a good recruiter.
I've got a great example.
Go ahead.
Got a great example. Okay, I went to Taco Bell. I knew I was going to have some tacos. I ordered 2. The lady said, why don't you just make that 3? And I said, you know something? I sure will. So I ended up leaving with not what I went for, plus some.
Okay.
Great.
Jerry.
Jerry,
am I right?
That's life on the street, animal.
Am I right in believing that you need us to pray for one of your job orders right now? We offer that service here.
You know, it would have helped earlier. Just send up good thoughts. I don't know if I need a full prayer on it. Good thoughts ought to do it.
Okay, so hold on a second. I've defined it now. Everybody on the show but me thinks in terms of the clothing store model of recruiting, where you come in and you've got racks and racks of stuff to offer the candidate, and even if it's not today, it's over time.
No. We pretend that's
the measurements. Yes, that's what you're saying. You take the measurements and you say, you know what, you came in for this, but I think you'll be happy with this one instead, because I've got so much to offer. I see it as a scarcity model. Okay? Go ahead.
That's a pricing model.
What? You know, Jim, I love to hear from you. If you would only call on a good phone once in a while, I would be so happy.
I'm always headed to a board meeting on Wednesdays. I said that's a pricing model where you show a suit. You are mistaking persuasion and sales here. What we're saying is we're creating an environment where we're making them think about their job, what they want in life. We're talking about our many jobs, even if we only have one. But we're basically saying, I have something that might be of use to you. Maybe it's not. Let's talk about it. At which point, well, what do you have? So it's about setting the terms of the conversation, not necessarily having one job or 30. That doesn't matter. But they have to feel that way, so they don't feel pressured.
Do you have something you want to plug, Jim?
Not at the moment.
Yes, you do. You have all kinds of webinars. Okay, but hold on a second. Let me segue. I don't like that term really, but I used it. Let me move into some other issue that JT says. JT believes that to make money, you've got to have a niche, which is what you guys seem to be saying, because you have to have a lot of the same kind of thing to offer. If you're doing accounting jobs, you've got to have a lot of accounting jobs, even over time, if not right now. And she says that because, JT, interrupt me whenever you want. I'll give way to you if necessary. She says that in order to build a relationship with someone, you've got to talk to them again and again and again. And you're only going to have a reason to do that if you're working in their field all the time. Is that right, JT? You have to have a niche for that reason?
Well, what you're referring to is something that was in context of somebody asking about a full desk recruiting. So I'm starting my own full desk. I've got to find clients. I've got to find candidates. I've got to match them up. How do I do that as quickly as possible? How do I make some money? And that response was yes, start with a niche, because if you're going to try to serve everybody, you're not going to traction. So if we've got a certain type of candidate and a certain type of skill set or industry that we're focused on, those matches are going to be better. You're going to go deeper in those relationships. It's going to be more customized. You're going to see results. So in that
but
respect,
according to what you just said, you can't even really sell if you don't have a niche, because you don't have a wide range of things to offer the person. You know what?
Right. Well, let's think about it. People hire people pay for specialists.
JT, I don't have 1 million followers like you. I got to do some ads, and we're already halfway through. Okay, 1.9 are going to kill me. Okay, everybody, I will block everybody if you don't let me talk this. Okay, lend me your ears. Okay. Remember, we're talking about stores. What about clothing stores? Big and small, we fit them all. Big and small, we fit them all. That's what you'd expect to hear from someone in the men's apparel business. George Richards, big and small. But it's true in the ATS business as well. Yes, it is. And here's the proof. PC Recruiter proves that a solo recruiter and a big corporation can use the very same application. A big company, small company, they both use the same thing. And you know how PC Recruiter knows that? Because they've got thousands of customers, big ones, small ones, and they all use the same software, and they all get the same high-quality service. You might use a fraction of PC Recruiter's capabilities, or you might use all of it. Either way, they love you. PC Recruiter loves you. You know that song? If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right, but it isn't wrong. So check them out, please, at PCRecruiter.net. PCRecruiter.net. Tell them Animal sent you. Thank you. JT, I forgot what I asked you. Do you remember?
Yes, we were talking about specialists versus generalists. So I think that I know I don't really have much to say other than people buy from the specialist, right? That's it.
Let me guide you, okay?
I need your guidance. I need it.
Go back to telling us
I can't
about
hear you. Wait. Oh, there you are. You're out again. Wait, I can't hear you. There you are.
What can I do? I'm paying for a service that screws me every week. Okay?
And not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a good way. You're right.
Wow.
Okay. Last time JT was on, which was a number of years ago, people wanted to marry her. I got people calling in saying that she's single. Okay, now let me see. Yeah, finish telling us about RecruitHUB, because that's why you're here. You want everybody to know. It's only $99, right?
Yeah, RecruitHUB. It's RecruitHUB. It's $99 a month. Courses, coaching, community. So you get the courses, the video courses, you can binge watch. Yes.
Yep.
$99 a month. So you get the courses, which you can binge watch. You get the coaching. So Ed Nathanson and myself at your disposal. And you get community, which is honestly my favorite part, because we all get in there together on a private Slack group, all these different channels, asking questions, posting. It's your Facebook group, but I'd say on steroids. And it's a lot of fun.
Thanks. Put me down. Okay, I don't mind. You come on the show and put me down.
Animal, can I ask a question? Animal.
Go ahead, Kathy Manis.
I had someone ask me yesterday how she could get her sister into recruiting. So would this be a tool that would be good for beginners?
Absolutely. Exactly. So we have 3 levels of courses in there. The first course is going to be all about those fundamentals, those basics. The second round is going to be about developing your skill sets. And the third round of courses is about that recruiter we've all been talking about today. How do you become truly strategic and have the right technique? And for someone who wants to get into it, we want you to start from the very beginning. And that's why we're now reaching out to companies and saying, put your recruiters in this. Let's go back. Because I'll tell you, what came out of this, I was working with a company last year. We gave them an assessment, and we said, okay, recruiters, assess yourselves. And it was amazing how strongly these recruiters assess themselves. But then when we sat down and started talking about their abilities, they didn't know what they didn't know. They thought they were good at things they weren't good at. And so to realize that and say, wait a minute, we've got to start over. Let's get them to really prove themselves with each of these and build on that. And that's what it does.
Okay. People wanted me to
Man,
sing
that sounds
with you.
great.
I actually had a
great.
song, Rebel Yell. Did you want to sing Rebel Yell for a few lines of that before we continue?
Oh, we can sing
you know
Rebel
that,
Yell.
JT?
Well, you're going to need music to. I'm going to need auto-tune. You're going to need background music for me to sing.
There's never any music. I'll just count 3, and we'll sing a few lines, okay? 1, 2, 3. In the midnight hour. Come on. She cried. More. Wiggle, Rebel, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
She cried more. I can do the curl.
More. Come on. Okay.
I'm lip curling. I'm fist pumping.
Yeah.
I'm doing the expressions. I'm just not good with the singing. It's bad.
Look, everybody. If you want to see what their at least their videos are like, I watched a half a dozen of them yesterday, and I have to say they're very good. Okay. And they're on YouTube. How do they find them on YouTube? Go and search RecruitHUB.
Absolutely. Just put RecruitHUB, all one word in, and you will find it. Or you can go to our channel, Work It Daily.
Okay, and she's there with her partner. I guess he's your partner in this, Ed Nathanson, Eddie Nathanson, right?
I'm going to call him Eddie now, thanks to you. Yeah, he is good. He's no nonsense. We don't always agree. Yeah, we don't always agree, and that's the best part.
Agree. Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
If people disagreed as much as you guys disagree, they'd be friends forever, okay? Jerry and I, we don't agree. Jerry and I don't agree, okay? I don't agree with anybody on the show. That's non-agreement. You and this guy agree about almost everything. Although, I got to tell you, he took a beating on my Facebook group that you denigrated. He, my 98-pound weakling Facebook group, because he is 100% against asking what your current salary is, and there's a lot of heavyweight recruiters with many years of experience, many more years than the 30 years combined of you two guys, including Jerry, and they trashed him, okay? Although he did have his supporters as well.
Whoa. Nobody trashed me.
Hey, there he is.
You trashed
Nobody trashed
Jerry, didn't you speak? Whatever I say, Jerry automatically has to say the opposite. That's non-agreement, okay?
Jerry, there was an article. When you're wrong, dude.
You know what, JT? I got a question for you. If you set somebody up for an interview and they don't show up, should you cancel them right away? Is that a sign this candidate is not going to work?
That's a great question. You know what? Out of curiosity, I have to hear their excuse. I do. I have to hear it. I have to hear it in their voice. I'd probably say 1 out of 100 times I might honestly believe what went down and give them a second chance. But 99% of the time it's done. But I still want to hear it. I don't know. There's just that person in me.
So
animal, you've mischaracterized the scenario. Mine is if the candidate wants to reschedule the first interview before it has even happened. I'm not talking about a no-show. I'm talking about, hey, I've got an interview tomorrow. I can't make it. Can we reschedule for next week? Here's my answer. No. Period. End of story. And it's a policy that I believe is firmly rooted in factual 20 years of actual hardcore data. So...
Yeah, I mean I think the first question you asked is, then why did you agree to it in the first place? I guess that that's my gut reaction too. Why did you agree to this? So I still want to hear why. Because
I wanted to say no, but you kept trying to close me.
And then again, I think we put it
right over her. Okay.
No, it's all right. I'm about 90% of the way there with him.
JT,
I do.
Are you saying you have a tough side? No. You come across as sweet. That's your brand, okay? But are you saying you have a tough side behind the scenes? If someone says I want to reschedule, no way, buddy. Screw you. Get out of here. Is that JT?
Like I said, probably on that scenario, they agreed to the interview. Now they're calling to reschedule. I will ask and hear why. But I would tell you I'm with him on that. 99 times it's going to be nope, we're done. The one time it better convince me that something really happened that you had to switch. If you're super sick and I can hear it in your voice, no, I don't want you to come and get me sick too. Right? That may be something like that.
And I'd like to add, let me just add my reason, okay, is I found after tracking this for about 15 years, never did the person that I rescheduled, because I used to reschedule them, say, yeah, all right, no problem. Never did that result in a placement. Never. So now I talk to people about that specific fact. Hey, Animal, I know you want to reschedule for next week, but can I share something with you? After 15 years of rescheduling people from time to time, none of those people ever got the position. Do you really want to be one of the people in that category? Do you think that you're the one in 15 years that's going to break that cycle? I don't think so. So then you're having a real discussion. Well, I'm not really that super motivated to, the job doesn't really sound that great, or whatever. But then you're talking about the truth. But too many recruiters will just blindly reschedule it for next Tuesday, only to then have to call next Tuesday to their manager and say, yeah, Larry's not going to make it. He has decided that he doesn't want to look in. Hey, nip all that in the bud, and you'll look a lot better with your customer. Act like you know what's going on for a change.
Thank you. Kathy Manis.
Kathy
Manis, still with us? Kathy.
Yeah.
Kathy. Okay, you gave JT a good opportunity to talk about her offering, her RecruitHUB project, by asking, what level people is it for? Do you have another question that might give her another opportunity?
Yeah.
They call that the Donna Brazil, by the way, Animal. That is the new question format. The Donna Brazil.
If you bring in beginners.
That is funny.
If you bring in beginners or beginners come to you, how do you educate them on how to present an opportunity over the phone?
Great question. So there's a video tutorial on how to do that along with templates to show them. But then what they can do is go into the live chat, put together their very first presentation, send it to us, we review it and say, looks good to go, tweak this or that, you're ready, give it a try. So the theory here is that you can't sit next to them all day and be their coach, but if they have this virtual technology that they can leverage by reaching out to us, we can be there for them. We can help them in the moment. We can help them make tweaks and changes and get that confidence. And that's really the important thing, because coaching is about being there in that moment, giving them that critical feedback so that their skills get developed. They get through the roadblock. And that's what we love about it. People are coming in and saying, my Glassdoor, this is the review I got on Glassdoor. Here's the response I wanted to write. Okay, that looks good. This looks bad. Fix this. Or here's how I want to reach out to candidates that I think we want to introduce to our jobs. How do I do that? So we customize that.
Can I ask you a follow-up? So once they go through your course, how do they sell themselves to a company to say that they have experience, that they really have only done your course?
Right. Well, I think the first thing they're going to say is that I took this course, and I've worked with these two, and here's what I've learned. But you're going to be honest and say, I'm a first-time recruiter, but unlike other people that are just jumping into the job, I have all this background and experience. So you're still going to go into some level of an entry-level job, but you're going to be able to say that I went through this program and I was trained by these individuals.
It's kind of like being an intern, which you think is good, but I always think only rich kids could afford to be interns working for free. But we'll come back to that. I have to do another ad. Okay?
I thought you were going to sneak these in.
You know what? I thought Maureen was going to do it. Whisper the name, right? I tried to say, I don't hear anything from her. I tried to, leverage. I tried to leverage it. I don't know, JT. Get rid of all those bad words. Reach out. Leverage. You know what another word for leverage is? Use, okay? 3 letters. Much better.
Another one is leverage.
Everybody. Leverage. Who cares? Okay? Don't talk about it. Hire Tool. HireTual. Here's my ad for Hire Tool today. You know what, everybody? I don't really have to advertise this. I just have to repeat what people are saying about it on Facebook. Let me see if the COO is on the line. Nin Tran, are you here? No. Okay. Afterwards he'll call me. He'll talk to me on Facebook. He'll say, I wanted to be there, but I was so busy doing demos. Okay, I don't care. I can do it. Here's what the people say on Facebook. It allows you, Hire Tool allows you to cut and paste a job description into it, and then it's going to create a Boolean search string for you. And the fact that it lets you source across multiple platforms like GitHub, StackFlow, Indeed, LinkedIn on the same page is absolutely amazing. I didn't say it. People said it. Recruiters in the trenches talking about this fantastic new sourcing tools. Here's another one. I also find that it is more accurate than its major competitors when it comes to finding phone numbers and email addresses. At first, I thought that's all it was for, but no, it's a full-fledged sourcing tool at the price point that's very reasonable. I've got it here, but I don't want to mention it. I don't know if I'm supposed to. It's cheap, and people are giving up their LinkedIn recruiter accounts for much cheaper, $60 a month LinkedIn accounts, plus a higher tool account, and saving thousands and thousands of dollars a year. Okay, so check it out. Nintran, higher tool spelt with a funny T-U-A-L, and Nintran with an H, N-I-N-H, Tran. Okay, that's the guy you want to talk to. And go get their free Chrome extension at hiretual.com, H-I-R-E-T-U-A-L, H-I-R-E-T-U-A-L. Thank you. JT, were you going to tell us something before I rudely interrupted?
No, I lost my train of thought. You're just so distracting. I am, but you're so distracting. I get so caught up in what you're saying. I'm like taking notes. Higher tool, T-U-A-L. I mean, I can't stop, so I don't remember.
People are raving about it. I don't have to promote it. They really are. Okay.
It's great.
Okay, you know what? I got to talk about something that it's kind of – you talk in one of your articles about this social media background checking tool. I think it's called FAMA, F-A-M-A. Okay, and they say a recruiter or someone in HR, they can't do a background search on the candidate on social media themselves, because then they're going to see things that they're not supposed to see. So you have to, get a plausible deniability, hire this third-party company to go and check only specific things for you, okay? And what they're looking for is not whether you're drinking or smoking. They're not interested in that stuff anymore. They want to see if you're saying bigoted, misogynistic things online. Am I right about that, JT? Do I have it correctly?
You do. I thought their research was really interesting because it showed that, hey, you can have a beer, you can show pictures of you partying, and their data proved that had less of an impact on somebody's professional success and performance, and that's what got me looking at that information. So it's kind of interesting stuff, and I just think it's incredible that we can start to figure out whether people are secretly bigoted or, misogynistic.
You know what? I have to tell you, I found it really scary because it's easy on social media. I've complained about it many times that, you say something reasonable. You're just having an honest discussion. Before you know it, there's people calling you sexist, imprint, racist, imprint. And when these guys go around and they say, hey, he said that, girls might not want to get drunk in public, accusing the victim, hey, he's sexist. That's dangerous. You're not supporting rapists, and you're not supporting rape culture. Do you think you'd get in trouble if this company, FAMA, came upon a discussion like that?
Well, they're looking for patterns. So an isolated incident isn't going to necessarily qualify you for that. They're looking for patterns in your terminology.
Here's one. There was a fight with J.K. Rowling. You remember her?
I do.
Okay, she's the author here. She was defending Serena Williams. I don't know, last summer it became a big issue. Somebody said she's got biceps like a man, okay? I've never seen a woman with at that point, I thought he was right. I'd never seen, they might catch me, okay? I'd never seen a woman with such big arms, right? J.K. Rowling said this guy was crazy. I mean, if he said that, she's got big biceps, and he said that, young women should not get drunk in public places. Is he getting in trouble? Is he going to be in trouble?
Well, I don't have the algorithm on the technology, but I think if he has a pattern of this repeatedly and you're seeing it in his different social profiles, yes, he's going to get flagged. But I think it's like anything. If that comes up and it's an isolated incident, you're going to evaluate that and say it was one incident.
What if they're just contrary? They don't agree with they're not racist. They're not sexist. They don't just agree with the exact same anti-sexism and anti-racism stances that other people do. And I'm going to note something, JT. You have argued in your articles on Inc. magazine, or I think it was Inc., that there is hiring prejudice against white men. You've said that, right?
Yes, absolutely. There is.
Okay.
There is right now. Most definitely.
Are you going to get called a racist by a company like this? It's scary.
No, I mean, I'm not going to get called a racist by a company like this, no. But I think somebody who is constantly making comments against men, against older men, I mean, if they were always making jokes, it would show up in their social feed. One could deduce that they do have...
You're defending white men. You're defending white men. That suggests that maybe you're anti-woman or something like that, right? Is that a problem?
No. Oh, got it. Okay, no, it doesn't suggest that at all.
Okay, tell us about that, why there's hiring prejudice against white men. Go ahead.
Well, it's not me per se, but the studies and the observations show that people are expecting more out of men, and in times like this, if they've been unemployed, for example, they're in their 50s, they're automatically assuming they want more money, that they're going to be more set in their ways, they're going to be more demanding, and you've got the rise of younger managers and a changing of the guard in terms of generations in the workplace, and they're identifying that with their older parents and saying, I don't want that. And so there's literally generational bias going on that it impacts the company's ability.
Yeah, but you know what?
I expect more money, I'm more demanding, and I'm certainly set in my ways.
Right. And so JT, the assumption's there. That's a bias. Absolutely. Hiring bias right there.
JT, you described a generational bias, not a racial bias. You said white men. There's prejudice against white men, not Asian men, not South Asian men, white men. Why?
Because we have the majority of the population here that we're focusing on are white males. So, yes, it would be not only gender, it would also be race, but it would also be generational. Great point. I should go back and annotate that.
No, but you dodged the bullet there. You're not. I won't force you. You don't want to address that issue, okay? I was surprised that you had the nerve to talk about this in the article. I've never seen anyone discuss it before. And the thing is,
but it's true, and it's happening.
Your name, JT, they can't right away say, oh, she's a woman. I can't accuse her of anything. They might think you're a man.
I can't accuse her of anything.
Absolutely. I mean, I get mistaken for a guy all the time. People fail to check all the time. People, call up here, call the office and ask for him. Right? It's incredible.
Jerry, look, she just told us about this spy agency that's going around gathering your remarks, and who knows how it assesses them. She could be putting her neck out.
You should be thanking me. You should be thanking me. I did you a public service. I let you know that this is out there, and now you got to watch it.
I'm not white,
and
but Jerry is.
Those of us who work for ourselves don't ever have to worry about it.
That's right.
I don't care what people dig up on me. I'm still going to keep myself working.
Okay, since we're talking about prejudice, you are very big on culture fit. Everybody says culture fit is just an excuse for prejudice.
Hooey. It's hooey.
I'm being... Yeah, that's
JT, am I making you uncomfortable, JT? Is this...
No, I like it. No, this is great.
I
mean, I am big on culture fit. I think that's what we call it. Do I feel like I'm part of the tribe? Do I feel comfortable here? But I think... people have such varying definitions of culture, right? And for me, culture is how our beliefs, our values, how we structure things, how we do things, how we execute, right? So it's more that. So yeah, I still think that's really important. Why would I bring somebody in who's not going to feel comfortable executing the way the rest of us execute, right?
But doesn't that go directly opposed to diversity?
No, I don't think so, because you can have diversity and people will still approach things the same way. So we have something called a career decoder, and we have people take it. And what it does is it identifies your top personas, your workplace personas, how you like to create value, how you like to deliver value. And if you know those, and you know that those will be respected and valued in an organization, you're going to knock it out of the park.
So then that wouldn't be diverse. That would be thinking the same way as everybody else. That's like non-diversity.
What do you define diverse? But you're calling diversity a skill set?
I don't know. It's a buzzword out there. I don't know. What is diversity? What diversity are we looking for?
Exactly. And I'm saying diversity.
I can quote her.
She
says there's no point in forcing everyone to work with someone who doesn't mesh with the existing group. Okay?
That's
okay. That sounds like recruiting in Silicon Valley.
That's what she says. Yeah. People assume when a new hire doesn't work out that the person couldn't do the job. But no, it usually has to do with the person's personality. If you don't fit in, it makes it hard for people to work with you. Okay? It affects productivity. That's what JT says. Okay?
Absolutely.
So
completely stand by that. I completely stand by that. That's not diversity. We're not talking about diversity there.
The businesses shouldn't be in business to be productive. They should be in business to employ diverse people.
Don't listen to him. Don't let him distract you. Let me distract you.
Right. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I gotta do that.
That probably went over your head, Animal. Sorry.
Okay.
I apologize.
Hey, everybody. Hey, remember what I said a few minutes ago? Lend me your ears. You know who said that? Shakespeare. And you know what? He wrote me the other day. He sent me an email. And he told me he wants me to tell you that PC Recruiter has a lot of new features. But you know what? I just want to focus on one of them. And you're going to see it's very Shakespearean, I promise. I want to focus on it because I can't say it right. That Elizabethan lingo, it's just too tough for me. And you know what that phrase is? Comprehensive semantic text search. Can you say it? Comprehensive semantic text search. I don't know if Richard III said it or Romeo and Juliet, but it's out there, okay? And this
okay, I'll tell you what, Animal, I hate to interrupt, because you know I don't.
Go ahead.
That makes it seem like the product is too complicated for me. You just scared me off. I don't want it. I need something that's a lot easier. I don't need any comprehensive digital tech.
You know
what?
Then maybe
criteria.
I should use. Maybe Jerry. Maybe you've got a point. I shouldn't use that.
I always have a point. I don't say something if it's not making a point.
Okay, that's a 4-word feature, and really it's not that hard. Here's what it does. It just improves your search functions on PC Recruiter. It makes it fantastically searchable. So
I wouldn't know how to work it, man. That's too technical for me. I don't know anything about that.
Comprehensive semantic text search. So I'm going to maybe get back to Martin Snyder, who's the boss over there at PCRecruiter.net, and I'm going to tell him I'm getting feedback. Don't use that label. It's too complicated.
Don't tell him where the feedback came from, though. Just say it was just somebody. Don't tell him it was me.
I'll say from my audience.
There you go. Okay.
From my not million person. Anyway, everybody, PC Recruiter's got all these new features, and they make it fantastic. Martin said it's got the best search tools this side of Andromeda, whatever that is, okay? Ooh. I would say Krypton. Wow. I would say Krypton. So check it out at PCRecruiter.net, PCRecruiter.net. He calls it the Swiss Army knife of recruiting software, and I kind of like that. But I just say PC Recruiter loves you. Okay, back to my fantastic guest. The time's almost gone. She might not come back for another 9 years. Who knows? Who knows?
That's not true. I'll come back anytime.
JT.
I can't believe you had me on.
Well, I'm always happy to have you. But let's talk a little more about this bias thing, okay? We'll beat it to death. There's you guys, Ed Nathanson, he went on and on, Eddie, talking about unconscious bias, and you've written about it as well. But none of these people who are preaching unconscious bias, none of them come out and say on their videos or articles, hey, I'm a racist. I'm sexist, everybody. You know what? They just talking. I guess it's implied. It's just too. Go ahead. You tell me. What's your response to that?
Everyone's biased. That was the whole point of it. We all have bias.
No,
bias, we just
bias
have to
is different than saying racist and sexist. I'm biased is different than saying, hey, I'm racist and sexist. There was a guy preaching this stuff to me on Twitter, so I said, are you saying you're racist and sexist? You know what his response was? He blocked me, okay?
It's there. I think the bigger problem is when we're dealing with it with hiring managers as recruiters, when it's so blatant that you're working with a hiring manager that is racist or sexist. Right. I mean, and here you are having to coach them through this, That's the worst. I don't miss that at all.
the best thing that any recruiter or manager or director of talent can do is sit in on interviews and observe the way the questions are asked, who's asking them, and train the hiring managers. It's hard to do and it takes time, but it pays off, and it's something that most people don't do, and even the hiring managers, the more they have bias, the more they don't want you in there.
No, and then when they point it out to them for the first time, it's incredible, right? I mean, the defensiveness at first and the denial, and but to show them what's happening in that moment is huge.
Well, and also sometimes they don't even know they're doing it. I mean,
exactly.
Subtle things, but the obvious things. I could name global companies that are horrid at hiring and interviewing, and other ones that sometimes you point it out and it's like, oh God, really? That's what that means, and others are like, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, JT specifically names one kind of bias, and her buddy, Eddie Nathanson, names another. JT says there's bias against overweight people, and that recruiter, they're not a protected class. So you can't really go right down to the finish line for that, but you should try to defend them if you think the hiring manager is biased against them because of their weight. Am I right about that, JT?
Absolutely. I mean, I have seen managers who are assessing the person when they walked in based on how fit they are, right? It's usually this uber fit manager has complete ideas about what being healthy is and is projecting that onto the candidate.
Which is one good reason to have.
Why would you complain about that? It's culture fit.
Not necessarily. What if he's just the one D-bag manager in the building? Or even better, why would we actually bias against the 400-pound coder when he might be the key person that hacked the DNC?
The thing about culture is, you have to sit down and make a list of what culture is to you. And I think when that list gets long and excessive, that's where you start to have all those problems. I think when you simplify what culture is, that creates that ability to have that diversity and still have that ability to stay cohesive and productive.
Well, and there's two things you can do to overcome it. Number one, always start with a phone interview. It takes away a lot of the bias. And two, if you want to figure out what JT just said on culture, go look for the employee value proposition, and you can do that after talking to half a dozen people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're coming near the end of the show. Is there something we haven't talked about, JT, that you've got burning and you were wishing that I would have come to it, that you want to tell everybody?
No, this was great. I told you I was coming in for Type 3 fun today, and I'm going to go with this was Type 2 fun. I'm pretty psyched.
Type 2? I told you it's Type 1B. Type 2 fun is like Type 3 fun is going to the dentist. Okay, you're happy that your teeth are going to be saved, but you don't enjoy it. Type 2 is like, I don't know, it's like going for a colonoscopy and you have to fast.
No, it's like doing a Tough Mudder. It's like it's like doing a triathlon, right? It's not fun in the moment, but you're psyched afterwards.
I don't know anything about
good.
Triathlon.
I survived.
You did it? You ran a triathlon? You did it?
Gosh, no.
Okay.
No.
You've got a fitness company as well. Am I right about that?
That's my hobby career. Yes, I am a fitness instructor.
Okay,
this
plus
is what
you got
I do.
this recruiting thing and thing. Okay, so let me see if anybody got a question for her? Final question?
Yes. As a fitness instructor, can you recommend a few cool brands and styles that I might be able to buy to look like I was working out?
That's pretty much every manufacturer out there now.
Is Adidas still making stuff? I mean, who's got the trendy stuff?
Okay, you know what? Forget it.
Animal does. Animal Fitness.
That's rough.
Yeah, I should start
an animal fitness line. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's called athleisure wear.
JT, apparently, I don't know if it's true, but lots of interviewers are trying to be Facebook friends with the candidates now, okay? Is that a no-no, or what would you tell people if, they said...
I mean, I know you don't need to be Facebook friends with them anymore because you can use Messenger. So it's easier just to use Messenger and Facebook and not be friends with them.
Okay, that's the answer. And Messenger is easy to see now. You don't lose. It's still not so easy to see because you have to click on message referrals or something. There's one little line of text that you have to click on, and I think a lot of people don't know about that. Okay.
Well, and I don't think you should reach out. If they're active on Facebook, it's one thing, right? I always research. If they're active on Facebook and they look like they'd be open to it, then you can message them. But if they're not active, and
what about text? What about text messaging as a first form of contact? Text messaging. First form of contact?
No. Yeah. Gosh, no. That's a little intrusive. My goodness.
Why not? Why not?
Oh.
No,
hey,
it's totally cool.
You know what? There you go. You could do guerrilla recruiting. For some people, it might work. I can't imagine myself doing it, but for someone, it might work.
Go check it out on YouTube. Go into YouTube and write in RecruitHUB. RecruitHUB. You only have to do it once. That's the way to find these people. They're smart and they're good, but they don't know enough to get a URL. I have to teach you about that after the show. JT,
fair enough.
Alan Floor, Kathy Mattis, Jerry, Jim Durbin, Michael G. Cox, and everybody else. Thank you! Bye. Run music.